Hello, I'm back at a very sunny Camperdown parkrun, and this should be quite interesting because it'll be my first time doing a parkrun while listening to music. I'd rather not run with my phone, so I don't want to have music on my phone, and I've never had a watch that has music on it until now. My old one packed in, so I got a bit of an upgrade. So I've got a wee playlist. I'm not going to put any of the music in the video, mainly because I just don't want the videos to get taken down after me putting in all the effort to edit it. But I'll put the names of the songs in, or I might even make a playlist on YouTube and put a link to that in the description, I don't know. But I've got the songs roughly figured out for the run. The first song is just under 6 minutes, a sort of little bendy section in the path, and I think it'll be maybe just past that or close to that when that song ends. Next song is about 3.5 minutes. There's one section on the main hill where it kind of flattens off for a second, then curves around to the right. So I think it'll be around there. And then the next song has a nice little hit in the intro about 40 seconds in. So I think I'll be onto the main road. Well, it's not a main road, but I'll be onto the sort of road rather than the little trail path at that point. And that's probably a good time to get that extra bit of oomph from the song. The next one, I'm not sure where that'll end, where the next one will start, but I know that the last song should start with about 2.5 minutes left as I'm coming up through the woods. So I think that'll be a bit of a motivator. I haven't paid any attention to the tempo of the songs, so it's not like I'm gonna have my feet sort of going with the music. I just picked songs that I thought would kind of hype me up a bit, and yeah, just give me that little oomph, that bit of energy. I know I'm not the only one who's thought of having just a specific playlist for running with the same songs in the same order. And my dad swears by it. He does it every week at parkrun, and he knows how he's doing, not based on his watch or his pace. Like, he can look at that if he wants, but even just by his music, he knows whether he's in for a fast one, whether he's falling behind a bit. And today he's pacing. So at Camperdown's a bit unusual compared to most places. Instead of pacing on the minute, say like 21, 22, 23, it's every 2.5 minutes, starting from 22:30 up to I think 37:30, or maybe up to 35, the last one, I can't remember. So he's pacing 22:30, and he can do that pretty much to the dot without having to speed up or slow down dramatically at the end to make up for it. Because for a good couple of months he was between maybe 22:20 and 22:40 at his best, and he always had his music on, so he knows where he should be for that time based on the music. And he's since then he's paced so many times, the music really helps him. So hopefully that's fine for me as well. Although I don't think there's a way to start the music with the start button of my watch. I don't know if there is. Please let me know if there is. But I don't think there's a way you can set it up so that when you start the run, the music starts. I'm gonna have to start the run and then press play on here, or faff about with my watch and press play on there after changing the screens. So I think the easiest way is just start my run and then press play on my earphones. So it only takes like a couple of seconds, but still it's just an extra bit of faff. So to do that at the start of the run and while holding a camera, be a bit awkward, but it's fine. As bone conduction headphones go, these ones are relatively cheap, and the sound quality isn't amazing, but that isn't really what I got them for. It's just so I've got something that I can, headphones that I can use to listen to music while I'm running, that are light, they're stable, they're not going to fall off or out, and that means I can hear stuff going on around me.
Right, the Garmin's all ready to go. Timer's ready to go. Yeah. Okay, on the count of 3, 2, 1, enjoy!
Thank you! Thank you! .344. 3:56. $10:16. Music just hit there. Thank you. Four, 44. Song 3, over. Thank you. Thank you. $4:04. $17:35. Into the meadow. Thank you. Thank you. Morning. Thank you. 6. Good stuff, folks. Well done. Here he comes.
Well done, Lawson.
The one time I'm filming, you're fast. What was that?
5 seconds.
5 seconds. Yeah, 5 seconds is disappointingly fast for his pacing. I did enjoy having the music on, but I wasn't as fast as I'd hoped. I thought it'd maybe sort of spur me on to a bit of a faster time, but I was about 25 seconds slower than the last time I was here 2 weeks ago. Granted, it is hotter today than that day, I think. But still, it was nice having it. And it might just take a bit of getting used to, and next time I'll have a rough idea of where the song started and ended. I don't think I had it in the video, but Caffeine, the last song, started just as I made the final turn in the woods. You probably don't know where I'm talking about, but I know what I'm talking about. So I'll put that in here just so I've got it recorded, so I'll remember that for future. But it was quite nice. And the headphones, they were fine. Again, the audio quality was nothing special, but it did the job. It was fine. Although I did notice when I was playing about the headphones before, if I open my mouth quite wide like that, then this kind of comes off to the side a wee bit. And if it's not snug to my head, when it comes off like that, there's quite a high-pitched noise. It's particularly noticeable in some of the songs that have quite trebly cymbals in them. Like the first song, White Dove, if I have my mouth open in that, it's really quite screechy. It's not a big deal, but it's occasionally I'll take quite a big breath and I'm just sort of, and I notice that sort of uncomfortable sound. But for the most part it is fine. And the headphones, you don't really feel like you're wearing them other than that. But it's not like they're bouncing around or being annoying, so I'll probably get used to them over time. And yeah, once I get the start kind of nailed on, I practiced it a few times to make sure I can just go, right, press the start button on the watch, press the headphones, press start on the watch, press the headphones, just so it'd be smooth, slick, fine. Comes to the actual run, press start on the headphones, and I don't press the button properly. It's like, oh, come on. But yeah, I'll get the hang of it. So it's slower than the last time I was here, but then that time I didn't have the camera with me, which probably made a difference as well, with me faffing about with it and speaking to it. So it would have been a bit faster without that, but not 25 seconds. Still, I'll try them again in future, see what I think, see how they feel. And yeah, hopefully they do end up kind of spurring me on to some faster runs. It's hard to tell because I wouldn't be able to say what I would have run if I didn't have them on. And also my runs have been getting a bit slower anyway over the last month and a half, 2 months now. So it's not that surprising. I thought I was maybe just overdoing it because my weekly distance was quite a lot. I've dropped it down a little bit, but it hasn't made much of a difference. And in fact, when I was getting some of my faster times, like a sub 20 here, sorry, beastie stuck to my leg. Getting a sub 20 here. 1945. I ran about 70k that week and the week before and the week before, and I had the camera with me on that day as well. But now, even without the camera, I was a good 20 plus seconds slower 2 weeks ago, and I'm 25 seconds slower than that today. But that's with the camera and new headphones, which might take a bit of getting used to. I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining a lot about that. I'm still really happy with my time. It was a 20:33 5k on a route like this. So yeah, I'm still happy with that. I should have worn my sunglasses for this bit. So after a few more weeks of using those headphones and running with the music on my watch, I've come to the conclusion that I don't really like wearing them for fast runs. I think the music distracts me a bit much, or well, at least fast runs if I'm going for any decent distance, like a 5k, or one of my usual routes is about 7.5, and that's got roads to cross as well, so I don't like having the music on that. But I find what I really like it for is either really gentle runs, or if I'm doing intervals, because the time just goes by so quickly. It just keeps me distracted. The last few weeks I've been doing sort of a 10 by 400 meter interval session, and I've been really enjoying it, and it works out so just under 1.5 minutes per rep, and I'll have about the same amount of time for recovery. So really, one rep and recovery is about a song, and the way each rep is going to be a different song, then that seems to work quite well for me, just keeping me distracted, keeping me motivated at the same time. And yeah, when I was saying about having the sort of high-pitched sound, I have noticed that sometimes when I'm running, I think if it comes up slightly, the headphones come slightly loose, I think just because of my glasses, then every step has that slight high-pitched sound, but it sort of comes and goes as I'm stepping, so it sounds almost like a distant siren is the best way to describe it, like a police siren. So yeah, it's not ideal, but I tend not to notice it if I'm in a loud area. It's just if it's quiet enough for me to not be able to hear anything else. But the places that I do my reps are beside a busy road, so I'm not going to notice it there. It's not something I'm going to use a lot of the time, but still I'm glad I've got the option to use it. And I think the times when I do use it, like for the reps, it is quite handy just to keep me going, keep me focused on something other than my legs, which are dying and screaming at me to stop. So thanks for watching this one. Hopefully you found it interesting or enjoyable. And thanks to anyone who's subscribed recently. I always feel cheesy mentioning this kind of thing, but I feel like I have to because I've recently gone over 200, which I know in terms of, YouTube isn't really much at all, but it's pretty cool for me just to look at it and see, 200 people who seem to have some kind of interest in the videos. So yeah, thanks.